Hey guys and gals, so NLEX2 is up next. Challenge mode, Armless Union Assassin leaders gain stacking attack at a faster rate. Again, not too simple until you run out of sanity like me. But we're going to go in with 2 standard Vanguards, 2 standard Defenders. As usual, I have a healing Defender. You will only really need 1 Defender though. I've just got the second in as a bit of backup. Ergo the healing Defender, because this map is a little bit tight for squares, range squares, but you won't need a second Defender if everything goes right. 2 standard healers that you will need. A standard sniper. Split shot sniper is fine, but for this one, ironically, I would actually just suggest any sniper that has the extra attack boost. So Jessica, hell, Cruz. Those are your better alternatives in this particular map, wherever Cruz is. Just because they're in and out of the shadow, so it does tend to be a little bit easier on you if you are using one of those particular ones. So I'll just grab Cruz. Pinecone with skill 2. Everybody knows how much I love Pinecone. I think she's a fantastic 4-star operator, and that skill 2 will carry you very far and wide. I have Pudding with skill 2. Pudding is a new 4-star operator that you can get for tickets, so she is free to play friendly. Without having Pudding, though, your best bet is to probably stick to somebody like Armia with skill 2, or even a Gitano with skill 2, just to tidy up big groups. Any hard-hitting single target, so Haze with skill 2 works fine as well. I prefer Pudding for these particular maps, or that particular archetype, I should say, the Chaincasters, but there are operators you can change them in for. They're just not as good at the job. Ethan with skill 2, and he's going to help with binding up some enemies so they don't get too far ahead. And we're just going to be having a fast redeploy in just to make sure that things don't go too crazy. Because you can actually use your fast redeploy just to bait some of the heavier hits if you aren't wiping enemies out as quickly as I will be. That said, ladies and gents, if this helps you out, please leave a sub because it helps me out a bunch. And let's do this. So we're starting off by moving a lot of the darkness around, as is the way with a lot of these maps. So face backwards. So backwards being off to the left. Wait for the shroud to grow. And second Vanguard, again facing backwards. And that will allow you a nice little area there to sort of work stuff out with. So, Suzerain being my best healer, I'm going to be putting in Gavial, just because I need a healer at the moment. I don't need a best healer. Your sniper here facing up. And when we get the deployment points, your caster here. After that, we're just waiting for deployment points again. So I'll fast forward again. We're going to pop in Ethan here. Now, Ethan can face left or right. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure he's attacking all the way across. Last healer in. If you find that enemies aren't dying, like enemies are getting to where your tank will be, facing Ethan to the left, as I've done here, is probably your best bet. If you're wiping out enemies easily, face him off to the right. Alright, so now we're on the last legs to our Pinecone. So what we're going to do is we're now going to just pull out a healer. Pinecone in, facing down. And Vanguard out. Defender in. I'm going to use Ethan's skill just to give me a bit of time. Courier out. Your next defender in, so the healing defender in this particular case. Now, if you're using 6 stars and you're bringing like Saria here, you won't need to put another defender in behind. So then we're going to activate this light, and that will pretty much open it up for Pudding to do damage all the way around here. And last but not least, we'll open that up so Cruz can start attacking them. So these enemies here with the glowing swords is the easiest way to look at it. If you're very concerned that they're going to get to your defender, which that one's not, but just as an example, you drop your fast redeploy in and then pull them back out. So they swing once so the sword stops glowing. That's their attack power up. You'll be fine taking 1, but taking 2 is probably going to be a bit of an issue, so don't panic too much. That aside, we just use Ethan. Ethan will block up all those. So here comes the nasties. So once again, if you really feel the need to delay them, you can. It's up to you guys how you want to approach that. I don't usually typically have to delay them, but we will use Pudding's skill. That we will be doing. Pinecone's skill is just activated, so Pinecone will pretty much rip these enemies apart. So there they go. Fast forward this again. So here come the last of our boosted enemies. So once again, as I said, bait and attack. And you can also use your vanguards for this as well now. Just if you're super concerned about these guys doing damage, but I mean, Cora's skill has been ready the whole time, so just use it. And that's pretty much it, so do that, back out, voila. So that's it. It's just that last little bit where you've got 4 of them that come at you at the same time. Sometimes they can overwhelm your tank if you don't have enough damage to get them down before they get to your tank. So that's when you just throw everything at it, and typically they're spaced out enough that you can actually cycle your fast redeploy. So you get your 2 vanguards in, and you fast redeploy in twice. Sweet as. So I hope that helps out, guys.